Our anime for today starts with our main character, who was a regular guy with a regular job who tragically passed away in a vehicle accident. And became Shin Wolford after being reborn in a magical world. Shin was raised by his grandfather Merlin and grandmother Melida after his parents died. Merlin taught him magic, and Melida taught him making magical gears, and Shin was also trained by their friend Michelle in combats. And when he turned 10, Merlin took him to hunt for demonids. For that, Merlin showed a search magic to quickly locate demonoids. However, Merlin was surprised to see that Shin had learned a spell in a single sitting. Merlin, however, was unaware that his intelligence was solely due to his ability to recall memories from a previous life. Shin spotted a demonoid bear and rushed in to kill it, but 3 of them were taken aback by his recent accomplishment. Merlin then reveals that he is not Shin's true grandfather because he took him in after his real parents were killed by demonoids. Shin, though, wasn't too concerned because he was aware of everything from the start and had his prior memories. After some time, family friends Decium, Chris, and Zeke came to celebrate Shin's 15th birthday. Everyone was interested in Shin's future plans now that he was an adult, but they were shocked to learn that he didn't know any common knowledge because Merlin had forgotten to teach it to him. However, because he had been trained by Merlin, Merlin took everyone to demonstrate Shin's strength, and they were astounded to see the magical power of a 15-year-old boy. Now everyone is concerned about Shin's growing power, and on top of that he basically don't know anything about the outside world. Shin was shocked to learn that the man he thought was his uncle was the king of Earlside, and that the people he treated as his elder brother and sister were also top-ranking officers under the king. Not only that, but his grandparents were the kingdom's heroes, who saved the kingdom from a human demonoid years ago. Decium then suggested to Merlin that Shin enroll in the Earlside Academy because the royal and noble are not allowed to use their influence in the academy. Merlin agreed, but with the caveat that the kingdom wouldn't force Shin to enlist in the royal army in order to increase the kingdom's power. With that, Shin came to the capital of the kingdom and decided to explore the town. But while exploring, Shin saved 2 girls from thugs named Maria and Zetzelian. Both of them were just like Shin, they wanted to attend the Magic Academy. Zetzelian appears to have begun admiring Shin at that point. Then, on the day of the entrance exam, a noble tried to look down on Shin by using his noble status, but Shin used his introduction to turn the tables on him. Prince August then arrived and chased him away. With his friendly demeanor, Shin quickly made friends with Prince August. After that, as a result of Shin's overwhelming strength throughout the practical exam, the teacher decided to award him the highest grade. Shin then received his defensively enchanted academy uniform, which he upgrades the enchantment once more himself. When he showed Melida these improvements, she forbade Shin from telling anyone about them. Maria and Zetzelian were shocked to learn that Shin is the grandson of Merlin and Melida, 2 heroes of the kingdom, and to learn that he placed first on the entrance exam on the day of the ceremony. Knowing that Kurt was attempting to coerce Zetzelian into marriage, they sought Shin for assistance. In an effort to intimidate her into submission, he invoked his father's authority. But August once more appeared and repelled him. In response to Kurt's odd intransigence, Shin asked Melida's approval before granting Zetzelian the same defensive enchanted uniform as him. Melida, however, was opposed to it because the magical uniform Shin produced now can be qualified as a national defensive treasure, and such a costly and potent item could not be given to anybody that easily. Melida forced Zetzelian to admit her guilt after realizing that she was manipulating Shin for protection. But when Melida realized that Zetzelian had admitted herself in all honesty, she agreed to it and handed Zetzelian her protective enchanted uniform to ensure her security. Following that, the new semester begins at school, and during the break, the teacher informs the class about the many study groups that are available for anyone who is interested in joining. Kurt's father, on the other hand, learned of his actions in the academy from Prince August, but he was even more shocked to witness Kurt's behavior and placed him under home arrest. Kurt used to visit teacher Olivier Storm at the lab when he first started teaching at their middle school, and shortly after, his behavior and demeanor began to shift. So Kurt's family invited teacher Storm to have him talk to Kurt to change his behavior and personality, but instead Storm demonized Kurt. Kurt assaulted Shin in the academy with such a vengeance, prompting Shin to claim that Kurt is a demon because his aura resembles the possessed animals he has killed in the past. However, even Shin was taken aback to realize that Kurt could still speak, whereas a typical demonized person would lose all sanity and the capacity to communicate. With that, Kurt attempted to kill Shin by setting off an explosion with his strength, but everyone in the academy was rescued thanks to Shin. The king organized an awarding ceremony to give Shin a medal for his valor in taking down the human demonid. And word of Shin's execution of a human demonoid quickly circulated throughout the kingdom. After that, everyone in the academy aspired to be in Shin's class. As a result, the homeroom instructor administered a test, and only 2 students, Mark and Olivia, passed it. They then enrolled in Shin's class. On the other hand, 2 officers went to Oliver's Strom to look into Kurt's case because he was the last person to see him. Because Olivier is also a high-level mage, the officials brought him to a location where they had already planned a secret ambush to capture him. However, Shin happened to be on the same area and rushed over it to see Oliver confronting the king's officials. And as the fight between Shin and Oliver began, Shin shattered his eye patch, revealing his eyes to be the same as demons. Shin was aware that he was demonized, but what shocked him the most was Olivier's ability to remain rational and sane. As a result, Shin wasted no time in using one of his powerful spells to murder Olivier right away. Everyone believed that Olivier is dead, and Shin also believed that he had killed Olivier because he failed to capture a magic signature with his search magic, but Olivier was fortunate to have escaped that attack. With that, the first half of our video for today came to an end. To watch the second part, simply subscribe to the channel and press the bell symbol to receive the most recent channel updates. Till next time everyone, take care.